The Accidental Miracle. How Industrial Waste Conquered the World. Chapter 1. The Invisible Giant. Imagine for a moment the most unremarkable object in your home. It sits quietly at the back of a bathroom drawer, or perhaps at the bottom of a dusty toolbox in the garage. It's a small, translucent plastic tub with a simple, iconic blue lid. Inside is a substance with no smell, no taste, and seemingly no complex technology. Most of us have used it our entire lives without a second thought. We reach for it to soothe chapped lips, protect a child's scraped knee, or provide a healing barrier for a fresh tattoo. It is a household ghost, ever present, yet invisible. But beneath that calm, clear surface lies a story of industrial grit, scientific obsession, and a chemical transformation bordering on the miraculous. This is the story of Vaseline, a substance that began as a foul-smelling waste product in the mud-soaked oil fields of Pennsylvania and ended as a staple in royal palaces and modern skincare routines. To understand what Vaseline really is, we must travel back to the mid-19th century, a time when the world was just beginning to bleed the earth of its black gold. Chapter 2. The Titusville Nightmare. The year was 1859. The American Industrial Revolution was fueled by a desperate need for lubrication and light. In Titusville, Pennsylvania, the first oil rigs were screaming to life. As massive iron drills bit deep into the earth, they brought up more than just crude oil. They brought up a curse. The workers called it rod wax. It was a thick, paraffin-like sludge that drillers despised. This dark, sticky mess built up on pump rods, gunking up machinery and forcing men to stop production for hours to scrape it off with metal spatulas. It was a nuisance, a waste of time and labor, but the men on those rigs noticed something engineers had missed. In an environment where heavy iron, high-pressure steam, and corrosive chemicals meant cuts and chemical burns were a daily occurrence, the workers began smearing this rod wax onto their broken skin. They found it didn't just soothe the pain, it seemed to heal wounds with incredible, almost supernatural speed. This industrial filth was doing what the expensive medicines of the 1,860 seconds could not. Chapter 3. The Chemist's Obsession. Enter Robert Chesebro, a 22-year-old chemist who had previously clarified kerosene from sperm whale oil. Seeing that the emerging petroleum industry would soon replace whale oil, he traveled to Titusville to find a new career. While others focused on fuel, Chesebro became obsessed with the waste. He watched the rugged oil men slathering themselves in black rod wax and realized he was looking at a medical breakthrough hidden in plain sight. He took buckets of the sludge back to his Brooklyn laboratory. For the next 10 years, he lived in scientific isolation. He wasn't just cleaning the wax, he was deconstructing it at a molecular level. He spent a decade obsessively experimenting, distilling, and filtering the liquid through bone black, a porous charcoal, over and over again. He was looking for the soul of the substance. Finally, the dark muck was transformed. What emerged was a clear, odorless, and pure jelly. In 1870, he introduced Vaseline. The name was a hybrid taken from the German word for water, Wasser, and the Greek word for oil, eleon. Chapter 4. The Showman of Brooklyn. The world was skeptical. In the 1,870 seconds, petroleum was seen as dirty. People didn't want to put oil on their faces. To the public, it was like smearing axle grease on a wound. Chesebro, however, was a man of fanatical conviction. To prove Vaseline was safe, he became a traveling showman. He would stand before crowds and perform acts of madness, burning his arms with open flames or searing his flesh with acid. Then, in front of the gasping crowd, he would apply his wonder jelly to the fresh wounds. He would return to those same towns weeks later to show his skin smooth and often without a single scar. His showmanship worked. By the time he died at 96, he famously claimed his longevity was due to eating a spoonful of Vaseline every morning. While modern science wouldn't recommend it, his devotion turned refined waste into a global powerhouse. Chapter 5. Wartim's Survival, the soldier's best friend. As the 20th century dawned, Vaseline moved to the battlefield. During World War I, the trenches of Europe were a hellscape of moisture and infection. Soldiers suffered from trench foot, a horrific fungal infection caused by feet being submerged in unsanitary water. The military realized Vaseline could act as a waterproof barrier. Soldiers coated their feet in the jelly before putting on socks, saving thousands of limbs from amputation. In early aerial combat, pilots used it to protect their faces from frostbite in unheated cockpits. During World War II, demand skyrocketed. It became a critical component in first aid kits. Doctors used it to treat victims of burns from the London Blitz and naval battles. By coating a burn in sterile petroleum jelly, they prevented air from hitting raw nerves, reducing pain and preventing the fluid loss that often killed burn victims. It was even used as a base for penicillin ointments, helping distribute the world's first miracle drug to the front lines. Chapter 6. The Extremes. From the poles to the ring. The versatility of this substance is incredible. In extreme exploration, Vaseline became a survival tool. When Admiral Richard Byrd made his expeditions to the South Pole, he carried massive quantities. Why? Because, unlike water-based creams, Vaseline does not freeze. In temperatures where normal lotion would turn to ice and crack the skin, Vaseline remained pliable, providing a shield against Antarctic winds. In professional sports, it is a silent legend. If you watch a boxing or a UFC fight, you will see the cut man slathering jelly onto the fighter's face. That's Vaseline. It makes the skin slippery, causing punches to glide off rather than tear the flesh. If a fighter is cut, the cut man fills the wound with a mixture of adrenaline and Vaseline to plug the leak and stop the bleeding instantly. Chapter 7. The Physics of the Barrier. What exactly is petroleum jelly? At its core, it is a complex mixture of semi-solid hydrocarbons. It is a byproduct of the Earth's ancient history, refined into its most stable form. Unlike most creams, Vaseline contains no water. This is critical. Because it lacks water, it doesn't support bacterial growth or need preservatives. It is chemically inert and doesn't react with oxygen. This is why a jar can sit on a shelf for 50 years and remain effective. The real magic is its occlusive nature. In dermatology, there are 3 ways to moisturize. Humectants pull water in. Emollients smooth the surface. And occlusives seal everything in. Vaseline is the undisputed king. Research shows that a layer of pure petroleum jelly reduces transepidermal water loss by over 98%. Most luxury lotions only manage 20 or 30%. Vaseline doesn't actually put moisture into your skin. It creates an impenetrable physical barrier that prevents your body's natural moisture from escaping. It is like putting a lid on a pot of simmering water. Chapter 8. The Modern Revival. The Science of Slugging. Recently, Vaseline has experienced a cultural explosion via a trend known as slugging. On TikTok and Instagram, enthusiasts have rediscovered what Chesebro knew a century ago. Simple is often better. By applying a thin layer as the final step in a nighttime routine, users are slugging their skin. The results are scientifically backed. By preventing water loss overnight, the skin's barrier repairs itself without being taxed by dry air conditioning or heating. But isn't it bad for pores? This is a common myth. Because the molecules in Vaseline are so large, they are physically incapable of sinking into your pores. It is non-comedogenic. For the vast majority of people, it won't cause breakouts despite how thick it feels. It sits on top, acting as a bodyguard for your skin cells. Chapter 9. The Eternal Shield. Very few products have remained essentially unchanged for over 150 years. In an era of planned obsolescence, Vaseline stands as a monument to getting it right the first time. The manufacturing remains a marvel of purification. It starts with the waxy leftovers of oil distillation, which undergo vacuum distillation, heating under low pressure to separate molecules without damaging them. Then comes the triple purification, through activated carbon and specialized clays that act like chemical magnets. They pull out every trace of impurities, heavy metals, and PAHs. What remains is white petroleum. It is so pure the FDA approves it for over-the-counter medical use, safe enough for the sensitive skin of a newborn baby. Conclusion: the accidental miracle. It is a testament to the power of observation, the ability to see value in what others saw as waste. So, the next time you reach for that jar, remember, you aren't just using a moisturizer. You are using a refined piece of the Earth's history. A humble shield of carbon and hydrogen. It is the liquid gold of the industrial age, trapped in a jar, waiting to protect you from the world. From the rhythmic thumping of Pennsylvania oil wells to the high-tech sterile environment of a modern laboratory, Vaseline's journey is a story of transformation. It is proof that even the simplest things in our lives often have a backstory filled with fire, obsession, and wonder. It is Vaseline, perhaps the most successful accidental discovery in the history of the world. Click that like button if you'll never look at a blue cap jar the same way again, and hit subscribe.